They said this was a bike path of sorts, but it's all sand. So I'm going to turn around, as tempting as it looks to be able to ride along the ocean. Everybody from the Stilo campground in the town that starts with M that I've got down at the bottom here because I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce it. But I just packed up my camp here. Very simple campground, not terribly tidy, and other than the fact that it just so happened to camp beside this power outlet, I guess it's for campers and stuff like that. I was able to charge up my stuff, but the overall experience here was like it's all sandy and lumpy, and they don't have any facilities for campers. It all seems to be built around all of these. I guess it's just a monster motel. There's like 6 or 7 of these buildings here on the site, and of course there's a spot back here to camp. And there's also a spot it looks like a bit of a courtyard there around in amongst all of these other buildings here. So not great for camping. Back here it's kind of dirty, dingy. There's junk around. It stinks. And just as I was packing up, I saw a couple of people from the motel here with their dogs, walking their dogs out into the fields here where people are camping, and their dogs will go to the bathroom. I'm sure they're picking it up, any solid waste, but just the notion that that's happening would kind of make me not want to camp here. Plan is to just roll the bike around somewhere in this area to see if I can find a picnic bench where I can maybe set up, make some coffee, make some oatmeal. Not sure what's open today because it's a holiday Monday, but we'll see. I'm prepared for the day. I think I've got enough to last me through the day, and I'm sure there are bakeries and coffee shops and stuff like that open too, so I can dip in and get something if I really need to. But interesting too that all of these motel spots have lovely picnic benches out in front where they probably don't need them. But there's nothing here for campers. Absolutely nothing. So anyways, as far as the Stilo campground is concerned, here in M something or other Poland, on the Baltic coast, I wouldn't recommend it. No, I'd give it a miss if you can. All right. Anyways, that's that. So I better get going. I'm getting hungry. Jonesing for a cup of coffee. So. All right, folks. I think I've had enough of this place. I'm out of here. Heading east. Looks like my route is Google Maps has me going inland along much of what I did yesterday, but I'm looking at the map and there's a Highway 102 that goes closer to the sea, and it's shorter. So I think I'll take the road route, at least this morning. All right, we'll see you out there. This is Wolinski, I would imagine, National Park. Seems quite coveted. Seems quite well protected, and absolutely nothing going on in here from a development standpoint. So it seems, from my perspective, and that's a good thing. Some bike tourists on the road here. Hey guys. Looks like we're going to see a little more bike tourism happening along here, which makes perfect sense given that this route just goes right along the coast. Continuing along here, along the coast, you wouldn't know that we're right beside the Baltic Sea. We're right beside the Baltic Sea because there's a forest in the way, and that's fine. But and if you haven't noticed, I decided to put on my lapel mic, even though there's a bit of a breeze, a bit of a wind. I think the audio quality is probably better than it was when I was just working off the camera. Didn't use the microphone at all yesterday. Largely because there was no wind, and usually when I'm yakking here, I've got the camera mounted right beside me or in front of me, so I'm almost talking right into it anyways. So, but yeah, lots of cyclists on this route. Can't see them now, but of course, I always turn on the camera and talk about things that I've seen. Maybe I should try turning on the camera before I see the things that I want to talk about and mention. Every so often, I'll say something, and I've mentioned this before in videos, and I try to get the voice command to work, and it's not reliable, so it pisses me off, and I just don't use it. I use the manual power on, power off, record, stop record. But every so often, I guess I forgot to turn off the voice command option. I'll do that, but every so often I'll be talking away, and all of a sudden, the Insta360 will just stop recording. So now I actually said stop recording, and it's still recording. So I don't know what it's picking up. The other thing that it's doing, it's pissing me off, is it seems to change from video mode to picture mode. So I'll go and turn on the camera, and I haven't touched anything, and all I'll hear is click. And then I have to stop, go into the menu, change it back. So that's a real pain in the ass. And I'm getting really, really close to just losing this Insta360. Image quality, like I said, image quality is excellent. Motion stability is superb. And the audio is okay. I mean, of course, it's more me than the camera, because, like right now, I don't have a dead cat, and there is a headwind. So, but yeah, other than that, not overly impressed. Might just go with a GoPro after this, maybe a GoPro 13 or 14 or whatever they got these days. All right, that's it. Stop yakking. Looks like there's a place up ahead for coffee. Maybe I'll stop by, have a coffee, because I only had one this morning, so, and that's not enough for me. So they've got the bike paths running right by the doors going in and out of these businesses here, and then the walking path further closer to the road. You'd think it would be the other way around, but hey, I guess there's a method to their madness. can understand why it's all about the cycling here, because as you can see, it is totally flat. And the bike path here is just in beautiful condition. It's so nice to ride on. Can't seem to find a bicycle path going through here, and there's lots of people walking. So I guess I'll just have to ride along the road because there's people on the sidewalks. Yeah, this is very nice. So if this is the Baltic Sea, how come I'm not seeing any tides? Or maybe the tide is in. But also, how come it doesn't smell like a sea? Usually, well, another coastal resort town. I have no idea the name. I'll put the name down here below. And it looks like there's lots of options for lunch. Let's go check it out. Ice cream. Maybe I'll grab an ice cream. Okay, now I don't know what I want to do. I'm going to park my bike and look around. Okay, I'm still in this lovely little town, the name of which I think I put down in the bottom of the last clip. And I was walking around. There's lots of different places to eat, offering, everything from, of course, beer and alcohol to, burgers, to fried chicken, to, I guess, all other kind of Polish typical foods. But I just wanted a cup of coffee. So I saw this place and I could smell coffee coming from it. So I decided to come in and get myself a flat white. However, it cost me 19 zlotys. So if you do the math, that's about $8. $7.50, $8. I don't know if that's typical. Sounds pretty expensive to me. Not doing this again. Anyways, but it does look lovely. It tastes just like a flat white, which is kind of cool. So I'm taking a bit of a break here and going to finish off my flat white and head back on the road. All right. See ya. Okay, this is really nice. We saw this back in Germany, I believe, where they have a road that's cut off, like 2/3 of it is for the car, and 1/3 is for pedestrians and cyclists. So, yeah, how nice is this? Yeah. So far, so good. Just so far today. Riding conditions except for the first, say, 10 kilometers, 15 kilometers out of that town, up and over that ridge. But, after that, solid, excellent, separated lanes most of the way, and in great shape. All of it in great shape. So it's 1 o'clock. I'm about 56K out of my 100K destination today. If this got a bit of a headwind, as I'm sure you can hear, but other than that, if it stays flat like this, then should be there in plenty of time. Maybe grab some dinner along the way. Yeah, but not a 19 zloty flat white. No. We're avoiding those from now on. Just about 30 seconds after the last clip, if I used it, the surface changed completely from that beautiful brick, brand new infrastructure, kind of just total pleasure to ride on, to this, which is fine. But just the immediate change. Usually you get a kind of a level degradation. But no, not here. Just abrupt ends and abrupt changes to riding surfaces and roads and stuff. Anyways, all good. That's why we're out here. Loving the change. and actually really enjoying Poland. This is a lovely country. It really is. From what I can see, I haven't been in, well, I went to Szczecin. Oh, okay, so yeah, I went there, so that's the only big city I've gone to. So Gdansk and Warsaw should be interesting, and then I'll point south from there. Because when I get to Warsaw, if you don't already know, I'm going to be ditching the bike and meeting my wife, and we are going to go for a tour of Central and South Poland. Jeez, I hope it's like this around where I'm going to camp. And I hope these places are open, at least the food places. I don't even know what this place is called. I don't think there was a sign back there on the secondary road. So I'll have to dig it up and post it below. Okay. Google Maps took me through here just so they want me to spend money. So ends the commercial side of this town. That's a nice take on park benches. I like that. Up there on the left, looks like an old looks like a lighthouse. Makes perfect sense. It's quite lovely. So either they're just coming in to set up for an amusement park, or they've just torn it all down. Okay, to add insult to injury, the road changed from those 1 meter wide slabs to cobblestone. So, and that is worse. However, there is a fairly reliable shoulder on the right here. Again, still can't get up a whole lot of speed on it, and sections of it are quite deep sand, but hey, it's smoother. Anyways, the other reason why I have your attention, or the other reason why I'm doing this little clip, is because if you look on the right, you can see that there's some pretty serious looking fencing going on there. I mean, concrete poles that curve outward with barbed wire. And every so often there's these, big important warning signs with all kinds of decals or icons or symbols, and I'm sure, and of course it's all in Polish, so I don't know what the hell's going on, but I'm sure it's probably some sort of military base or something, and they want to keep you out. Here we go. So yeah, without much translation, without any translation, I'm pretty sure it's a military base. They said this was a bike path of sorts, but it's all sand. So I'm going to turn around, as tempting as it looks to be able to ride along the ocean. Back to the rumbly bumbly. There's a right turn very shortly, so I'm hoping it's going to get me off of this stuff. Okay, this is better. Would have been nice if it was like this all along. It's not a bad idea. Put a little strip on the side. Lots of fine gravel, packed down hard.
There we go. Changes a miserable ride into a pleasant ride. Oh, this looks rather nice. Lovely. Oh, this is interesting. Oh no. Yep. But right now we're on a causeway between a big ass lake on the right and the ocean on the left. And I'm sure these condominiums have a view of the ocean. Yeah, I'm going to get to the Colo BZ AG. I don't know. Colo Brad. Bzag. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to try and get there. There's a campground there called Camping Baltic. Looks pretty snazzy. If I had no choice, I'd like to camp somewhere in the woods. In a nice campground. I don't know if the idea of a picnic table for campers is a concept that these guys are considering, but would be nice. This is interesting. Let's try not to crash into these people. Here we go. Oh wow. Looks like good eating over there. Certainly smells like it. But nope. Carrying on. Going to resist the temptation of following that barbecue smell. Oh, the smell of awesome sausage, kielbasa, whatever. Yep. Nope. Okay, so it's 4:30. Looking around at campgrounds here. The one in the big town that I was going to has really shitty reviews. But this one here, which is about 6 kilometers beforehand. So this campground has very good reviews, laid back, all of that. So those ladies have probably thought that I was talking to myself. But anyways, yeah, it seems pretty laid back, and as I'm arriving right now, it looks good. Lots of trees and shit. I like that. So let's see if they have availability. Hey, so I got a campsite. I hope this dog doesn't continue barking all night. But yeah, so it's not even 5 o'clock and I've already got a campsite. So, but I'm 86 kilometers in. Here we go. Looks pretty good. Like they say in the reviews, laid back. It certainly is. The kind fellow said I can just set up anywhere I want. I don't know. Actually, that looks pretty good over there. I like the shade. I think I might just go and do that. But you can see that there are charging stations here, I guess. I don't know if I can open it. How does it open? No, I don't think it does. I guess you need a key. Anyways, yeah, but there's washrooms. Showers here. Apparently it's all supposed to be really nice and clean. Grocery store, restaurants galore, just down the road and like 300 meters to a grocery store. They have a kitchen here, so I think what I might do is set up and maybe go into the grocery store and grab myself some food and come back and use the kitchen, fix it up, and yeah. So, but I think what I'm going to do, like I said, I'll probably stay over there. Lots of shade. There's a picnic bench too, so I'll quickly claim that just in case anybody else comes in. But yeah, so that's that. So I'm going to go get set up, and then we'll see you later, I guess, when we go and get some food, whatever that entails. All right, cheers.